We'll get started. Welcome, everybody, to Discover Video and Cielo 24 webinar about closed captions. This is going to be about a half-hour discussion. We're going to do a demonstration. Let's go through our agenda. So we're going to tell you a little bit about Discover Video. Many of the folks that are tuned in are already Discover Video customers, so that's terrific. For those that aren't familiar with the Discover Video, we'll go a quick introduction about that. Then we'll turn it over to Brian Plackis, and we'll understand a little bit about Cielo 24. Awfully excited about our partnership with them. We're going to discuss all about closed captions, how to add closed captions, the application, the use, some of the legal issues and questions about closed captions. Then I'll give you a quick demonstration about how closed captions works in the Devo system, and we'll give you a live demonstration of that. Then we'll go through a Q&A. So get your questions ready, and we will answer any question that you have if we can. I'm sure if we can't, we'll figure it out, and we'll send you an email and get back to you on anything that you want to know about closed captions or our partnership. So quickly about Discover Video. We're founded in 2008, profitable company, veteran owned. We provide a complete ecosystem of a streaming server, encoders, the portal, players, a complete ecosystem for the delivery of live and on-demand content. We sell to educational institutions, corporations, state governments, about 1 million viewers of Discover Video every day. And our customers range from the largest corporations to the smallest K-12 school around the country. So a rather comprehensive and impressive list of customers, and many of which, perhaps all of which, need to use captions in their video systems and their video on demand. We focus on 6 application areas: broadcast, sort of one-to-many, high impact, rich media broadcast, training and education, which is probably where much of the need for closed captions really appears. And we're going to demonstrate that for you. Television distribution, digital signage, multimedia, and branch office distribution. That's basically what Discover Video is all about. And those of you who are already doing this understand that. Quickly about the Devo's functions. So the system supports video on demand, which is great for training and education, live delivery, TV distribution, digital signage, live and on-demand presentations, priority alert, podcasting. I won't read it all to you, even though it looks like I already have. And this is all organized into searchable channels and content. The question is, how do you find that content? And how can that content be brought up to date for both the hearing impaired and for other uses when the content should be captioned? Okay, so that's our agenda. There's a little bit about Discover Video. Now let me ask Brian and the Cielo 24 team to tell me a little bit about yourself. Now, we've selected Cielo 24 because we found them to be sort of the best in class, easiest to work with, and just a bunch of good guys. So, Brian.
Thanks so much. Appreciate the ability to be here today and the partnership with Discover Video. I'm Brian Plackis-Chang. I'm the founder, CEO. I'm here with Nick Bolton, who heads our operations. And we're real excited to be on the webinar and talk about the partnership. So next slide is a little bit background about Cielo. We're headquartered in Santa Barbara, California. We don't charge extra because we live here. And we were the first metadata and caption API on the internet. So we launched in 2012. And we focus on partnering with leading video platforms like Discover Video, very high volume, high quality, and diverse use cases. And we have some very sophisticated integrations that allow complex enterprises to integrate tightly with your business needs. We process millions of minutes a month in different flavors, supporting 16 languages natively and translations, as well as different quality levels. We do machine, a first pass human, and a near perfect. That's novel in the industry. And then we also provide different turnaround times depending on the use cases. So if you have like a news story, for example, that's going out and it's a short shelf life, or you have a priority job, we can get that done in a few hours. If you have a large library, and you have a week to do it, then we can set you up so that you can take more time at a lower cost, and that can be done on a job-by-job basis through the platform and the integration with Discover Video. So let me tell you a little bit about our vision of forming the company and the problem we're going after. And so we see ourselves as a video data solution company. Captions is one component of it. So our goal is to create high quality, very accurate, timed metadata that allows you to interact and get the most out of your investment in video. And so that data can be used to drive discovery like SEO, search within the video or across a library, which the Discover team can show you, reach to second language viewers, for example. Many English-made videos are watched by second language viewers all around the world. And then engagement, once you get somebody to your content, how do you serve up related content? And then the last one is really captioning for compliance. So the challenge with video, and as you guys know, creating quality content is it can be expensive to create high quality video. It could be as in the education environment, we see $35 to $50 per minute to create video. In the entertainment environment, it can be thousands of dollars per minute. And the challenge with video is the internet was really built for text. And so video is hard to search, it's hard to access, it's hard to monetize. And so we create this metadata layer that gets bundled with your video that helps you solve these challenges.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, Brian, closed captions have been valuable for a long time. I remember the federal government, the Section 508 requirements. And of course, it's good with a capital G to provide accessible content, per ADA for the hearing impaired. But it seems only recently there's been more demand for it, like more enforcement. So what's going on the regulatory side that is making people move more toward closed captions?
Yeah, it's interesting. So over the last few years, there's been really several high-profile lawsuits, and there's been settlements at the university level, but also, for-profit companies like Netflix. So you had like MIT and Harvard with their online learning platforms. So there's been a lot of activity out there where I think the government has used these opportunities to assert the fundamental right of all people to have access equally to learning content. And so I kind of think as captions, like wheelchair ramps to commercial buildings, we want to make these videos and education as available to everybody. And so that's really been the drive. I know back in, I think it was 2014 or 2015, the Department of Justice sent a letter to all the universities and let them know that they were going to be held accountable to comply with regulations. Now, obviously, I think everyone should be on the right side of the ethical issue, but I think there are really compelling reasons to do it beyond just compliance. So on one hand, I think the regulatory environment, whether it's higher ed or even in K through 12, of promoting accessibility and universal access to all students regardless of learning challenges, I think there are benefits for everybody to have captions and metadata. And a good example is, for example, recording lectures and the ability to go back to your dorm and search lectures. That benefit is a benefit to all students. In a lot of environments, you have second language viewers. And so, again, you're extending the reach of that content to a larger audience. You might have muted video use cases where people are taking mass transit or they're in a student union and they can't put the sound on. These are all benefits to having captions and metadata beyond just the compliance benefits. And so, we try to stress to everybody, you should try to be on the right side of the ethical issue, drive accessibility and universal access, but there really is tangible business value for everybody. And we have studies on our site, on our web blog that point to, in some cases, full grade improvement in terms of student outcomes by having lecture capture with integrated search.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yeah.
so more and more now, I think in the K through 12, we're starting to see video be used, and there's lots of good use cases in K through 12, like language learning is a good example, and using captions to help students learn languages, especially like ESL kids. But more and more in the K through 12 environment, as online video becomes prevalent, you have the same issues and challenges there. And through obviously the services of Discover Video and our partnership, we can provide solutions for K through 12.
Perfect. I spent a lot of time watching video, and to your point, I often have it on in the office and have the sound turned down. But I rely on the captioning to understand what's going on. I'm not a very good lip reader. But Brian, until recently, speech to text required a trained voice. You had desktop applications like Dragon, or Microsoft even has the speech to text for commands on your computer and so on. But it's always been less than perfect and not so widely used. So humans always do better. So you achieve better than 90% accuracy. How do you do that?
Yeah, so our goal, we offer different quality levels. Our goal for our professional product is 99% or near perfect. And it's a real challenge to do that, even humans understanding each other at that level. And so, what's really interesting is that lately, with things like Siri and Alexa, there's been a massive investment in natural language processing and speech recognition. But I think most people would be surprised to learn that even that best technology, without any kind of customized training, is in the 75 to 80% accuracy range. And it's actually not sufficient to meet compliance and accessibility requirements. And so what we've done is we built a platform that leverages the best of machines and humans. It's a completely automated platform. We essentially bring videos into the system through our integration, through our API. We do some machine processing to find the pauses in the video, and we essentially break it up into a two-pass workflow where after the machine processes it, we chunk it up into like 20-second little snippets. We send that out to a very large, qualified, on-demand workforce in the different languages depending on the requirement. They up-level or they transcribe, and then we actually have reviewers that are actually reviewing and correcting and scoring that work. And that's happening both in the first pass and the second pass, where we reassemble those snippets, we time align it, and then we do a full text review beginning to end with skilled workers. And then we actually sample the job and do quality control a second time, beginning to end. And so because of our the way we're able to actually break up the work and then do the quality control, we can assure quality across different types of topics and industries.
Well, that's awesome. That's the way to do it. But that actually brings up the next question, which is special topics. So many of our customers are teaching hospitals, and from time to time, I have access to see some of their live broadcasts and some of their on-demand stuff. And, there are words that I've never heard before in the medical community, or let's say theoretical physics. So how do you go about captioning, these sophisticated technical broadcasts?
Yeah, so we have different solutions to help solve that. One is that you can provide actually, we have a guidebook or guidelines at both an account and at a job level. So as work is routed through the system, you can actually provide glossaries, special terms, people's names, those types of things at a job by job level. And also our workers in our guidelines, we provide them, the capability within our tools. They can actually go out and search. We actually share the video with our workers. So a lot of times the terminology is actually on the slides as they actually transcribe it, and that's very helpful. And we also they have easy access to, search and those types of things that supplement both the glossaries and the information that's incorporated in the slide deck.
Awesome. You know, I should point out that just as a by the way, and I'm going to demonstrate this in a few moments, once a video has been captioned in our system and it's been imported, the user can actually go in and manually edit the caption if they so choose, right? Change the spelling of some unusual technical word, for example. But that's fantastic. This sounds great. So you know, it's very accurate, very easy to use. It's pretty fast in my experience. How does a Discover Video customer get an account? What walk me through what they would have to do to get themselves up with a Cielo 24 account?
Yeah, we've created a really easy landing page for customers to be able to get signed up with the Cielo 24 account. It's displayed here on the screen. You can go to a partner page for Discover Video specifically and provide some information, and the Cielo 24 team will create you an account right away.
That's awesome, and you know, we've been working together for a little while here, getting this all set up, and we've been able to negotiate some special pricing for Discover Video customers, right?
Absolutely. So yeah, there's discounted pricing that's every Discover Video customer will get as part of being in our preferred partner network. We'll work with you to determine what makes the most sense based on what you're looking for the solutions that Brian's described, whether it's quick return for search and access for machine, or you're looking for a full compliance solution. And in any scenario, you'll be receiving additional discounted rates based on the preferred partnership for Discover Video.
Fantastic. Well, let me do this then. Let me see if I can take control back here. Yeah, I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. Here we go. I think I can share my screen. So let me show everybody how to go about doing captionings with Cielo 24. So if you're familiar with the Devo system and you go in as a super user, you take the account that they have set up for you using that account page, and you enter your username and password. You can put in your turnaround time and your fidelity, whatever you want. This is a global. And by the way, you can enable or disable the ability of any publisher of the system to have access to the Cielo 24 service or not, right? So maybe, right, because it's not free, and maybe you don't want every student to be able to caption every video. So you can control who can do this. So once that's been set up, you then go to your video library, and let's choose one here. I'll choose this one. That's pretty simple. Yeah, I might go in and edit it. Now, for a long time, our customers could upload their own VTT file, which they would have to create somehow. So you could certainly just upload a VTT file, or you could type in your own captions. You can play the video and type in the word and hit return and keep on going. And it's going to take you about as long as the video length, actually a little longer than the video length to caption, but you could do it manually. And that's got to be subject to your accuracy. Certainly it's going to be quality checked as Cielo 24 does, or you just choose Cielo 24. And once you've done that, you hit save, and that video is uploaded to the system automatically. And sometime within your turnaround time, my experience is usually, depending on how busy things are, it could be as within an hour or two. Sometimes it might take a little bit longer. And then you're pretty much done. Your captions then are returned to you. So let's take a look at what those captions might look like. Let's go back here to another page. And I don't know, let's take a look at this one. So now you have the captions. If I play the video, I can show the captions in English, and there they are. So really simple to do the caption, but you know, as we've mentioned, one of the values of the caption is also search. So I could go in and find any video in the system. In my particular account, there's around 5,000 videos, and most of them are captioned. And I could search for something. So let's search. Let's find every video with the word "and" in it. So it's just about, every video that's in the system. Let's narrow that a little bit. I'm interested in Cielo. Ah, there's one. So this has 3 occurrences of the word Cielo in it. Let's open that up and see what that looks like. And here we go. I can play that video. Let me turn the audio down a little bit. I can play that video. It's going to display in real time. I can search through all of the lines where my keyword appears. And that's a little demonstration, not unlike I'm doing for you right now in this particular video. So that's it. There's other attributes of the system. So for example, I am looking at searching videos that are both published and unpublished. But if I were to go to what's called the system landing page and search for captions, I would only find the videos that I'm authorized to see if I've logged in and so on. So all the security attributes follow the closed caption capability. Okay, so that is all about captions. That's how it works. And I think we are doing pretty well on time. So let's see if I can move this over here. See if there are any questions from the audience. We have time for questions. Let's see. We're happy to take any questions about closed captioning. There was a question, do you support foreign languages? So there's a couple of answers to that. So currently in the DeVos system, only one language is available in the captioning. That's going to be augmented with multiple languages, very soon. One answer might be, and Brian, you can check me on this if I'm not right. You could certainly option your system to say, hey, when I submit this video for captioning, return it to me in Spanish or French or Italian or whatever you like. Is that true?
I think we can figure out a workaround for that. We support 16 languages, probably 95% of the languages spoken in terms of video. Nick, want to go ahead?
Yeah, one of the things that we can do on our end is you'll have a full access to your Cielo 24 account, which you can order all services that Cielo offers. So you'll be able to take those caption files and upload them directly to Discover Video as well.
That's right.
Right away, you can get Spanish to Spanish captions back and still be able to use those within Discover Video.
Yeah, I mean, I would add that this is our first integration, and we're going to be looking for feedback from our customers, what additional features that they would like. I think that's true for both of us. So, multiple language support. Another question was just asked, can you set the turnaround times differently on different videos? And the answer currently is no. Your turnaround time is set at the global level. Now, with that said, you can certainly at the global level set it for one turnaround time, go ahead and submit, and then set it for a different turnaround time, and then go ahead and submit. But we're attempting to make the user interface as simple as possible. We're also cognizant of the fact that most of these systems have many, many users, and you want to control what the user environment is doing. In other words, the owner of the system is paying for the service, and the owner of the system may wish to have some people with a faster turnaround and maybe others with no caption service or perhaps a slower turnaround and so on. So those are some additional things that we're going to do as well. Let's see, there's another question here. Do captions come with transcripts as well? Well, I suppose after a fashion they do. Probably not as your meaning. Let me find one here. Let me move this out of the way. Here we go. So what gets delivered and entered into the system is an industry standard SRT, or what's called a web VTT file. So here you can see all of the captions. Here you can search all of the captions just right here on this edit page. And if I wished to download that, I could. I would right mouse click and choose download, but let me open it rather than downloading it. And you can see I have a web VTT file, which has all the timings within it. So I don't think that's really exactly what you mean by a transcript, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, so this is Brian. So we do, depending on what service you offer, we have a bundle that includes caption and or formatted transcript. And so the way our system works is that we actually create what I talked about as time metadata. So every spoken word gets a timestamp. And if you pick speaker ID, every speaker gets a timestamp, and that gets put in a database. And then you can spit out any format that you want. In this case, we're supporting SRT and BTT, but we also have text-based formats as well.
Oh.
So those are things that we can work out. Again, this is an initial integration, and I think over time we'll be able to expose more of these features directly in the Discover Video platform.
And that's a beauty of the partnership, is that you'll have access to that account. So if you process a video and the closed captions get automatically returned here, and your users get to use this closed caption button and take advantage of that, you can also go to your Cielo 24 portfolio for your account that's tied to your Discover Video setup and download the transcript should you need that separately.
I just realized that I hadn't shared the appropriate area of my screen when I was commenting a moment ago. Here's that video again, and here's the captions. So you can edit these, you can search them here, and if you wished to download them, you could right mouse click and say save as, or open it up and see what the captions look like. So this isn't a formatted transcript, but if you wanted a formatted transcript, that's something you can certainly get from Cielo 24. Let's see if there's more questions. Let's see. I think that is pretty much it. My goodness, we are doing extremely well. We're coming in right on time. We said we would be 30 minutes, and we're just at about 30 minutes. So if there are no other questions, I think we can call our little seminar here a success. And for more information, here's how to contact us. So you can visit discovervideo.com. There's the web link for Cielo 24 partners. There's where you can sign up for an account. Oh, very important. All of this caption capability is in the latest version of DeVos version 4.7.3. So if you haven't updated your server to the latest, you're not going to see these options. So contact support if you need help updating the DeVos system so that you have all these wonderful options. And you can always contact Cielo 24, info@Cielo24 or info@discovervideo.com. And we're here to help and make all of your content searchable and accessible. Anything else you want to add, Brian or Cielo team?
Yeah, thanks again. We're excited about the partnership. Congratulations launching the integration, and we look forward to working together. Thanks everyone for your time today.
Okay, everybody. Thanks. I'm sure we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.